Russian forces have invaded Ukraine in a full-scale assault by land, sea and air, in what is the biggest attack by one country on another in Europe since the Second World War.
Army Expo London is essentially a narrative, a cinematic walkthrough of who the Army is, what we do for both the country and overseas, and how we're looking to develop ourselves to be better at doing those core things.
As a nation and as an army, we have been committed to supporting Ukraine since 2014 through Operation Orbital, a deployment into Ukraine that saw army personnel delivering training to the armed forces of Ukraine.
It's for a variety of audiences. Ultimately, it can be for audiences like employers who manage our reserves and employ our reserves whilst they're not working with us, but also industry, our international partners, cross-defence partners, i.e. the Royal Navy, RAF, those working in strategic command and those working in the main building. Essentially, anyone who has a vested interest in understanding where the Army's going and how they can better support or enable that vision.
Hello Zero, this is Gunship 1, back on task.
They'll move on to How We Fight 26, where they'll understand how the Army's becoming more agile, more lethal and more expeditionary, and then from that they'll move on to the land operating concept, where they look at the idea behind how we'll employ a new future force, and then the land industrial strategy, which is the equipment ultimately, and the support, the sustainment that will get us that capability in the future. They see the marching bands and a lot of the support that we did to Golden Orb and our late Majesty the Queen's funeral, that key role that we have to kind of putting British culture on the world stage and really putting a kind of bookmark in those key national events really.
Bomb disposal teams in the UK deal with approximately 2,500 jobs a year.
The audience have seen our support and aid to the civil authorities that happens every day with EOD, but happened particularly at higher levels during COVID. It speaks to some of the upskilling we give our people, how we maximise our people's talent, and the Army really as a vehicle for social mobility, and what that then in turn gives to society. Key, obviously, in everyone's minds and what they'll see, and you can see behind me, is the support we've given to Ukraine, the support we continue to give, but also, crucially, the lessons we learn from Ukraine to be better at what we do and our prime pinnacle of our role, which is warfighting. So I think it cuts through the noise, and the whole point really is encouragement that we're going in the right direction, that we look at all the stuff we've delivered already and see how committed we are to delivering better in the future.